He used to be a lawyer, but he retired last year. Richard decided to elect a completely different lifestyle after decades of high-pressure legal practice in downtown offices. The peaceful rural atmosphere provides a stark contrast to the stressful courtroom environment he experienced daily. Now working as a farmer, Richard grows organic vegetables on 20 acres of fertile countryside land. In comparison to his previous legal career, farming offers physical satisfaction and connection with natural cycles. The characteristic that served him well in law, attention to detail, now helps him manage successful agricultural operations. He maintains his legal license but has no intention of returning to practice law professionally. Richard learned to rely on weather patterns and seasonal changes rather than legal precedents and case law. His previously narrow focus on legal matters has expanded to include soil science, crop rotation, and sustainable farming. Richard hopes to succeed as a farmer by applying the same dedication that made him successful. His professional identity has transformed from courtroom advocate to sustainable agriculture practitioner and environmental steward. Instead of sitting behind a mahogany desk, Richard now spends his days working outdoors with soil. Local regulations permit organic farming practices that align with his environmental values and sustainable agriculture goals. Richard takes sustainable farming seriously, investing considerable time in learning proper techniques and environmental conservation methods. The wild beauty of his farmland provides daily inspiration that urban legal practice never offered him. His former law office sits empty while Richard cultivates tomatoes, lettuce, and herbs on his property. The Agricultural Commission provides technical assistance to help former professionals transition into successful farming careers. Richard's unique background combines legal knowledge with practical farming skills, creating interesting business opportunities in agricultural law. The local Farmers Association welcomed Richard enthusiastically, appreciating his organizational skills and professional experience in business. Every farming instrument requires careful maintenance and proper usage that Richard learned through trial and error. As a former legal investor advisor, Richard understands the financial aspects of agricultural business and long-term planning. Practical farming experience has taught Richard more about life satisfaction than years of legal theory. Morning tea tastes better when enjoyed while watching sunrise over fields he planted and cultivated personally. The lovely countryside setting provides peace and tranquility that his previous urban law practice never offered. Working with soft soil and delicate seedlings requires gentleness that contrasts sharply with aggressive legal negotiations. Each row of vegetables represents months of planning, planting, and careful cultivation that brings Richard genuine satisfaction. Farming has restored Richard's sense of youth and vitality that legal stress had gradually diminished over decades. He decided to lock away his legal books and embrace agricultural knowledge and sustainable farming practices. Fresh air and physical activity fuel Richard's energy more effectively than caffeine and legal stimulation. His expectation of farming success is based on hard work rather than legal victories and courtroom achievements. Rural employment provides different rewards than urban legal practice, emphasizing seasonal cycles and natural processes over billable hours. Richard learned to celebrate small agricultural victories like successful harvests and healthy crop growth rather than legal wins. Richard's organic vegetable garden produced abundant harvests that exceeded his expectations and provided enough fresh produce to supply the local farmers' market. Physical labor has strengthened Richard's shoulder muscles while reducing the mental stress that plagued his legal career. Every breath of clean country air reminds Richard why he chose farming over continuing legal practice. Richard feels increasingly confident about his decision to abandon law and embrace sustainable agricultural lifestyle completely. The import of his career change extends beyond personal satisfaction to environmental contribution and community involvement. Each bottle of water from his well tastes purer than expensive bottled water in his former office. Richard and I rediscovered ourselves through this dramatic career transition from practicing law in the city to rural farming. The financial sheet shows that farming income is lower than legal fees, but life satisfaction has increased dramatically.